Sorry guys, mic was not placed. So, good morning everyone. Am I audible now? Am I audible everyone? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope I am audible everyone. Audible and visible. So good morning everyone. Day before yesterday, I think the result came back, and congratulations to all the students who got the good marks. They're going to become the future doctors. Excellent. And now the remaining students, okay, I know we are a little bit sad, but that sadness or the anger of not getting the success, I want you to fuel that anger and success into your studies. So sadness and anger of not getting the success or getting beaten by few marks here and there, that is very frustrating. That's okay. So life is going to give you a lot of frustrating things, okay? But how you take that is very important. So take that sadness or setback and get angry with yourself. You should be angry with yourself because you know you have the potential. Your potential is endless. But the only thing is that we have to use that potential and we have to channelize the anger, the sadness, the energy into study. So just focus that for a few months and definitely you will see the results. Okay, so cut the noise. Focus is what is there in front of you. So we will start. And last time I think we studied the cardiovascular system. We studied the circulatory system of the frog. And I think we also studied the respiratory system. And now we are going to talk about the excretory system, the nervous system, and the endocrine system. This system we are going to talk about. So let us start with the excretory system. Excretory system of frog. Frog's excretory system is very well developed. Okay, they have kidneys, ureter, bladder, same like us. They are doing the excretion and osmoregulation function like us. We have more developed. They are less developed. Now talking about the excretory system, let us discuss what is the excretory waste excreted. Can you tell me what is the excretory waste eliminated? In adult, what will be the waste? And in the larva, in tadpole stage, what will be the waste? Can you tell me? In adult and larva, tell me. In adult, the liver produces urea and the kidney helps in excretion of the same. Kidney helps in excretion. Kidney helps in excretion in removal, whereas tadpole, the waste produced is ammonia by the liver. Ammonia will be produced by the tadpole. Yes. So tadpoles are basically ammonotelic. Their waste is ammonia. As they are completely aquatic, they are present in the fresh water. So their waste will be ammonia. They are ammonotelic. Whereas adult is ureotelic because their waste excreted is urea. Are we clear? So we have to remember this. NCERT has not mentioned about tadpole, but you should remember about the tadpole difference. Okay. Now talking about excretory system, let us see the NCERT lines. What is the NCERT line saying to us? Come on. So talking about the excretory waste, the excretory system, elimination of the nitrogenous waste. Who is eliminating the nitrogenous waste? Tell me, guys. The elimination of nitrogenous waste is carried out by well-developed excretory system. What is the excretory system made up of? Excretory system is made up of a pair of kidney. There is a pair of kidney. There is a pair of ureter, single cloaca, and urinary bladder. Correct? A pair of kidney, a pair of ureter, cloaca, and there is urinary bladder. Now the kidney here is a compact structure. Why we are saying kidney is a compact structure? Kidney is compact, dark red and bean-like structure. Dark red and bean-like structure, situated a little posteriorly in the body cavity. Where is kidney situated? Is kidney situated ventrally or kidney situated dorsally? Kidney will be situated dorsally. Am I clear? Dorsally is posterior, on the either side of vertebral column, like us. Our kidney is also dorsally. See, NCRT language is posterior. NCRT language is posterior. We can also say it is. We can also say it is dorsal. We can also say it is situated dorsally also. Are we clear, everyone? Are we clear, everyone? Too much, I think, brightness was there. I just reduced a little bit brightness so you can see the words. So pair of kidneys, ureter, cloaca, urinary bladder. Kidney are dark red and bean-shaped like structure. They are present posteriorly on the either side of vertebral column. NCRT line, you can see there are two kidneys on the posterior side, on the either side of vertebral column. Like in humans, you study on the either side of vertebral column, extending from the last thoracic vertebra to the third lumbar vertebra. The vertebral position is also given with respect to our kidneys, not given in the frog kidney, not required also here. Then, what is the kidney made up of? We say the kidney is compacted. Now, what is the meaning of compacted? Something which is tightly packed. Something which is tightly packed. Sir, what is the difference between anterior, posterior? Arey, anterior means front. Anterior is front. Posterior is backside or dorsal. So you can say anterior and front also is okay. Backside, dorsal, posteriorly is also okay. Are we clear? Like human kidney. Human kidney is also made up of nephrons. How many nephrons in a single human kidney? How many nephron in a single human kidney? Tell me. How many nephron in a single human kidney? 1 million nephrons. Remember little bit here, come on. 1 million nephron in our kidney. How many in frog? How many in frog? Will frog have 1 million nephrons? No. Frog has roughly 2000 nephrons in a single kidney. So frog in one kidney has roughly 2000 nephrons. How many nephrons are there? 2000 nephrons. And what is this nephron producing? One single kidney. One single kidney roughly has 2000 nephrons. And what is this kidney producing? This kidney is producing, these nephrons are producing urine. They are doing urine formation. They are doing the ultrafiltration process, selective reabsorption, selective secretion process, same like our nephron. Same steps. That's why they are called as urine producing tubules. So that's why they are also known as uriniferous tubule. Nephron is also called as which tubule? Nephron is also called as uriniferous tubule. That makes the structural and functional unit of kidney. Now one PYQ question is there. What type of kidney is frog kidney? It is a mesonephric kidney. Just write down in your NCRT textbook, frog kidney is a mesonephric kidney. Frog kidney is which one, guys? A mesonephric kidney. So now the question arises, what is our kidney then? Our kidney will be much more developed than frog. So much more developed than frog, then what is the type of our kidney? Our kidney will be metanephric kidney. Our kidney will be which kidney? Metanephric, more developed kidney. Make a note of it. Make a note of it. metanephric kidney, mesonephric kidney. Are we clear? Yes. Now, when I ask you what is the structure of human nephron, when I ask you the structure of human nephron, you will say, okay, sir, there is Bowman's capsule, there is glomerulus, there is PCT, there is loop of Henle, there is a DCT also. Okay. But frog nephron doesn't have loop of Henle. Frog nephron doesn't have what? Loop of Henle ledu. Loop of Henle ledu. So please pay attention and make a small note that frog do not have loop of Henle. So a mesonephric nephron will have Bowman's capsule like this, will have the PCT, end part will be DCT, and it is directly opening in the collecting duct. Directly opening in the collecting duct. Here is the Bowman's capsule, and there will be afferent arteriole, efferent arteriole. That will be your glomerulus. What is missing? Henle's loop is missing. What is missing? Henle's loop is missing. Am I clear? No Henle's loop. So think little bit. Henle's loop ledu, vasa recta ledu, counter current mechanism ledu, concentration of urine ledu. So urine will be produced concentrated or diluted? Urine will be produced concentrated or diluted? Exactly. Urine will be produced diluted urine. Are we clear with this? Frogs, see, frog is nearby water. Skin is fully moist, fully hydrated. Inside, outside, everywhere mucus is there. Lot of water is there. So their urine will be diluted urine. So frog produce a lot of diluted urine as compared to humans. Am I clear? Because they lack the Henle's loop. That is the structure of the mesonephric nephron, lacking the Henle's loop. We are little developed, so we have the loop of Henle present. Are we clear? Moving ahead. Next. Come on. The kidney gives out what? Tell me, guys. Kidney gives out the ureter. From every single kidney, what comes out? Ureter. Every single kidney will give out ureter. So two ureters emerge or arise from what? From the kidneys in the male frog and in female frog also. Male frog also have two kidneys. Female frog also have two kidneys. Both of them are giving ureter. Now in male frog, the ureter will do a dual function. Normally it will pass urine. Normally the male frog ureter will pass urine. During the reproduction period or the breeding season, they can also pass sperm through it. They will also pass sperm. So here the male ureter in the frog, it is doing the dual function. It is carrying urine also. And during the reproduction period, it will carry the sperms also. Not together. Urine and sperm will not mix. Am I clear? Or sperm will get damaged. Sperm only during separately, during the reproduction period, and urine normally. So in frog, in male frog, you say the urinogenital duct is ureter. So the ureter act as urinogenital duct. Which duct? Urinogenital duct in which one? In the male frog. In which frog? In male frog. Tell me about human male. Tell me about human male, come on. Tell me about human male. In human male, what you will say? In human male, what you will say? Human male has a penis. Penis has the urethra. Urethra helps in passing of the urine also. And the semen containing the sperms also. So male urethra in humans will be the urinogenital duct. In frog, it will be the ureter. In frog, urethra ledu. In frog, there is no urethra only. Urethra is in male, humans. Are we clear? And then this ureter opens where? Ureters opens in the cloaca. Where will the ureter open? In cloaca. So there is kidney, there is ureter. Ureter opens in cloaca. Now, frog can also temporarily store their urine. Frog can temporarily hold their urine also. Where? In the urinary bladder. So kidney produces urine, passes in ureter, ureter opens in cloaca, cloaca is connected to a bladder. A single bladder is there. In the bladder, temporary storage of urine is possible. What about females? Females have two separate ducts. Female have ureter duct and oviduct. Two separate ducts. Absolutely two separate ducts. Female ureter will carry only urine. Female oviduct will carry eggs. Ureter and oviduct both separately open in the cloaca. Ureter and oviduct in female will separately open in the cloaca. So diagram is very important. That excretory system diagram is given in your book. That is absolutely important. The labelings are important. Are we clear, everyone? Yes? Shall we go ahead? Moving ahead now. Let's talk about bladder. What is the position of bladder? And what is the wall of the bladder? Talking about, see, you can see, there is kidney, there is ureter coming off the kidney, and then it is opening in the cloaca. And what is there? There is bladder. Bladder will temporarily store the urine. First of all, talking about bladder, bladder wall is thick-walled or thin-walled? Very, very important. Bladder wall is what? Bladder wall is thin-walled urinary bladder. What wall urinary bladder? Thin wall. Compare human bladder. Human bladder is thin or thick-walled? Human bladder is thin or thick-walled? Let's compare with us. Human bladder is hot. A human bladder stores 500 to 650 ml of urine. Yes. So our bladder wall is very thick. Our bladder, human bladder is very thick-walled. Detrusor muscle is there. Strong contraction and ejection of urine. Micturition, you say. Right? Human bladder is thick-walled. Frog bladder is thin-walled. Why? Why? Think about it. Why it is thin-walled? You know, frog are very smart. Frog don't have loop of Henle. Frog do not have vasa recta. So if they want to concentrate their urine, it is not possible. Loop of Henle ledu, vasa recta ledu, counter current ledu, concentration of urine mechanism ledu. Concentration of urine they cannot do. So, you know very smartly what they will do. Bladder wall is thin. They can absorb water from the bladder wall. What they can do? They can absorb water from the bladder wall. So a frog is there. Let's say frog is in a dehydrated condition. Frog has somewhere, it has went somewhere little far away from the water source, not getting the water. But bladder is having some water. Bladder is thin-walled. Frog can reabsorb water from the bladder into the blood. Now, apply your common sense and tell me, if humans are dehydrated, too much sweating, perspiration, sweating is perspiration, vomiting, diarrhea, loose motion. Some person is dehydrated, lost a lot of water. Who will conserve the remaining water in the body? One water conservation hormone is there. Tell me, what is the water conservation hormone in humans? What will be released? Which hormone? Which conserves water? Which will absorb more water? Anyone? Tell me the hormone in the chat box. Yes, very good. Yogi Vardhan, Sudeshna, Tanuja, ADH. Yes, Meghna, correct. Anti-diuretic hormone. So whenever our body fluids are less, dehydration, vomiting, perspiration, ADH is released from the hypothalamus and the posterior pituitary. ADH will act on the DCT and the collecting duct. It will reabsorb large amount of water. Your urine will become hypertonic and concentrated. Yes. They also have a ADH-like hormone. Frogs also have a ADH-like hormone, mesotocin something. Okay, little different chemical, but action is same like ADH. It acts on the bladder wall and reabsorb the water when it is necessary. Are you getting me? That is the purpose of thin urinary bladder. Now, location of bladder. Where is the bladder located? In the front or in the back? In the front or in the back? Common sense. Backside is rectum and anus. Backside is the exit, rectum and anus. Am I clear? Front there is a bladder. So in front of rectum, anterior to rectum, ventral to rectum, language can be different, meaning is the same. Ventral to rectum, anterior to rectum, in front of rectum, there is the bladder. So bladder is present ventral to rectum. Don't confuse in this line. If you confuse in this line, then your statement might become wrong. And what about the rectum position with bladder? Rectum position with bladder is dorsal. Rectum position with bladder is dorsal. And where it opens in? It opens in the cloaca. Where it opens in? It opens in cloaca. So frog can store the urine temporarily in the bladder, and when the bladder is full, okay, too much urine is there, remove it from the cloaca. Cloaca outside, cloaca aperture. Are we clear? Yes. And excretory waste. What is the excretory waste? The nitrogenous waste or the excess salts or the metabolic breakdown product. That will be carried by blood to the kidneys, renal artery. Renal artery will bring the waste and deoxygenated blood. Kidney will do the filter, urine will be produced. Renal vein will come out. Renal vein will contain the purified blood, waste very less. Maximum waste is removed in the urine and deoxygenated blood in the renal vein. That's how the excretion will take place. Are we clear, everyone, with this? Are we clear? With this, what we complete? With this, we complete the excretory system. Are we clear, everyone? Now let us go to the next system. What is the next system? Tell me. What is the next system? Next system is the control and coordination, nervous system and the endocrine system. Okay? Shall we go ahead, guys? Come on. So like in our body, a lot of organs are there. And the organ functions have to be coordinated with each other. Okay? So regulation, the coordination of the organ systems and their organs has to be done by two systems. Nervous system will jointly coordinate with the endocrinal system. That is the chemical coordination. So nervous and chemical coordination together happening. That is the control and coordination. Is highly evolved in frog, same like humans. But humans much more evolved. Frog is less evolved. They also contain both nervous system, neural system and endocrine glands. Endocrine gland make up the chemical coordination. The chemical coordination of the various organ in the body is achieved by hormones. And hormones we already know. In epithelial tissue, we studied glandular epithelium. There we studied hormone producing glands are called as endocrine glands, and endocrine gland produce hormone which is secreted in the blood. Okay? Which are the prominent endocrine glands in the frog? Frog prominent endocrine glands are pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is which gland? Master endocrine gland. It regulates the other endocrinal glands. For example, pituitary secretes TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. It will control the thyroid gland. Pituitary releases ACTH, adrenocorticotrophic hormone, that will regulate the adrenal gland. Frog pituitary also secretes MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone, and in frog we know they change their color, melanin, chromatophores. Yes, camouflage, they can do that. So that pigmentation release will be done by the MSH. That is also coming from the pituitary. Are we clear with this? But you tell me, if pituitary is master endocrine gland, who is the master of master? Who is the master of the master? Who regulates pituitary? Pituitary regulates other endocrine glands. Pituitary, we say it is a master endocrine gland. Who is regulating the pituitary gland? Who is master of master? Master of master is hypothalamus. Correct answer, students. Chaitanya, Yogi, Bhargav, Anuja. Correct. That is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus, we studied, it releases the releasing hormones and the inhibiting hormones. Growth hormone, releasing hormone, release growth. Growth hormone, inhibiting hormone, stop the growth. Yes. So, pituitary is master is hypothalamus. Then we have thyroid gland. Very important gland. Thyroid gland for frog. It is very important for the development of the frog body. Frog initial larval stage is called as a tadpole. Tadpole, to develop into an adult frog, it has to go under a lot of developmental changes. That is called as the, what is that called as? It is called as metamorphosis. And for metamorphosis, very important hormone will be thyroxine. So please note, it is asked in some PYQs previously. It may not be shocking if they ask now also, because it is a very important function of thyroxine in the frog body. For ourselves also, it is a major metabolic hormone. It regulates everywhere. Our thyroid hormone regulates nervous system, excretory system, digestive system, reproductive system. There is no system in our body which is not regulated by thyroid. That's why people who suffer from hypothyroidism, they have a lot of challenges. Yes or no? Hypothyroidism, very difficult. And similarly, when it is excess, then also there is a problem. It becomes a disease, a hormonal disorder. So thyroid, what it does? Thyroid is what it is important for. You will make a note. You will make a note that thyroid releases thyroxine hormone, which is very important for metamorphosis of tadpole into the adult frog. Tadpole into the adult frog. So let's say some experimentation was done, or hypothetically if I speak, if we remove the frog tadpole's thyroid gland tissue, if I remove the thyroid gland tissue from the frog, it will not release thyroxine. Tadpole will lifelong remain tadpole. And if you take a tadpole, inject thyroxine at an early stage, prematurely, it will quickly metamorphose into what? It will show metamorphosis into adult. So that clearly indicates that thyroxine has a very important role in the development and the maturation of the tadpole into the adult frog, losing the tail, developing the pharyngeal gill slits into the lungs. So a lot of changes which are happening in the frog's larval stage to adult stage, metamorphosis, that is controlled very tightly by thyroxine hormone. Then there is parathyroid gland. Parathyroid gland, calcium metabolism, helps to increase the blood calcium level. Thymus gland secretes thymosin. And what do you think function is thymosin? Thymosin function is also very easy. In our body, what does thymosin does? Thymosin helps in the formation, differentiation, development of T lymphocytes. T lymphocytes, and T lymphocyte is required for cell mediated immunity. Same, frog also requires immunity. So that is also there. Then pineal body is secreting the melatonin hormone. Pineal gland or pineal body, which is located in the thalamus area. Pineal gland or pineal body is located in the thalamus area. In our body also it is located near the thalamus only. Okay, epithalamus, roof of the thalamus. And pineal gland releases the melatonin hormone. Melatonin hormone, sleep and wake cycle, diurnal rhythm, temperature of the body and all for our function. So sleep and wake cycle, we can say, regulates in the, what do you say, the pineal body. Then pancreatic islets, alpha cell, beta cell, insulin, glucagon, metabolism of sugar control. Adrenaline gland, our adrenaline gland is sitting on the top of the kidney. Our adrenal gland is suprarenal gland. Renal means kidney. Our adrenal gland is sitting on the kidney. Like if I see human kidney, If I see the human kidney like this, our adrenal gland is sitting like this. Our adrenal gland is sitting on the top of the kidney. For frogs, it will be in different way. In frog, if you notice in the diagram, in frog, if you notice, like this adrenal gland is present. Yes or no? So adrenal gland location is also there. Okay? So adrenal gland consists of two parts, cortex and medulla. Cortex releases the corticoids, aldosterone, cortisol, correct? And then the adrenal medulla. Adrenal medulla, what hormones? Adrenal medulla. Adrenaline, noradrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, triple F mechanism, emergency hormone, fear, fight, flight. Increasing heart rate, increasing respiration, increasing alertness, focus. Yes or no? So when a frog sees a snake, will he be laughing on snake? No. Heart rate, blood pressure, everything will increase. He will run for the life. So that is emergency hormone. Am I clear? That will be your adrenal gland. Same like in our body also. See, this here it is not given in detail, but we know this functions in detail. It has to be described in the human body as well. And then gonads. Testes in males, ovaries in females. For example, testes secretes testosterone. Testosterone is required for spermatogenesis in the frog. I told you the copulatory pad, the nuptial pad, copulatory pad on the male frog, forelimb, first digit. That copulatory pad is also formed by the testosterone only, influenced by testosterone. In females, there will be gonad ovary secreting the estrogen, which is helping to develop the ovaries. Sorry, ovaries, nahi, eggs. Formation of the eggs. Are we clear with this? Pituitary will secrete FSH. FSH will stimulate the egg formation. It will release the ovaries. Formation of follicle will release estrogen. And estrogen will control the female reproductive system. Are we clear, everyone? This is all about the endocrine function. Now, moving ahead. Now let's talk about nervous system. Come on. Frog's nervous system. It is organized into three parts. Now nervous system. Let us discuss the nervous system. The nervous system is organized into three parts. Central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and autonomic nervous system. Same like us. What is the central nervous system made up of? Brain and spinal cord. The nerves coming out of the brain is called as cranial nerves. The nerve coming out of the spinal cord is spinal nerves. How many cranial nerves in frog is there? 10 pair. How many spinal nerves are also there? 10 pairs. Are we clear? Are yes or no? Are we clear? Both are 10 pair each. This year question also. Frog is a very important topic. Minimum 2 and maximum 3 or 4 question is expected from frog. So these are easy pickings, easy MCQs to score, scoring chapter. Okay. 10 pair each. Then peripheral system, other part is autonomic nervous system. Autonomic means it regulates voluntary structure or involuntary structures. Tell me. Autonomic means something functioning on its own, autonomous. Yes, will it regulate voluntary structure or involuntary structure? It will regulate the involuntary structure. Heart, kidney, liver, autonomic. Autonomic regulates the involuntary structures. And there is sympathetic and parasympathetic. Now you tell me guys, out of sympathetic and parasympathetic, which is excitatory in nature and which is inhibitory in nature? Out of sympathetic and parasympathetic, which is excitatory, which is inhibitory? Sympathetic will be excitatory and parasympathetic will be inhibitory. Yes. So when frog is chilling, easy, swimming, sitting, croaking, singing the song in the rainy season, chilling. When the frog is chilling in a relaxed stage, that is in parasympathetic. Am I clear? Right now you might be easily chilling, watching the class. Okay, everything is understanding. Yeah. So when you are chilling, the parasympathetic nervous system is working. Like if you are eating an ice cream, are you angrily eating the ice cream? Are you in the anger and eating the ice cream? No. You enjoy the ice cream very nicely, chill, cool and calm. That is parasympathetic. So when the heart rate, blood pressure, respiratory rate, alertness, everything is normal, then there is parasympathetic nervous system. Like ingestion of food, digestion of food, a parasympathetic nervous system will do. But if you see a snake or frog sees a snake, we will both run for our life. Our heart rate, blood pressure, alertness, focus, everything will increase. You will throw the ice cream. Are yes or no? Then you will start screaming. Am I clear? That is excitatory. So sympathetic nervous system makes you excited in fear, in fight or flight, in anger, in anger, or you got afraid, in panic situation, anxiety situation, sympathetic nervous system will be acting. That is excitatory. Why you know sympathetic is excitatory? Can anyone tell me the reason why sympathetic is excitatory? Can anyone tell me what does sympathetic release which causes the system to get excited? Tell me, what does sympathetic nervous system releases which makes us excitatory or makes the frog excitatory? What it releases? Or it is a nerve, it will release a neurotransmitter. Which neurotransmitter it will release? Come on, let us see. Anyone? Sympathetic nervous system releases adrenaline. Adrenaline or noradrenaline? Am I clear, everyone? Adrenaline or noradrenaline? Acetylcholine nahi bhai sahab. Acetylcholine ले दूं. Excitatory. Adrenaline, noradrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine. So basically I am saying sympathetic nerves are adrenergic nerves. You can make a note of it. Sympathetic nerves are adrenergic nerves which makes us excited. Heart rate, blood pressure, alertness, everything is increased. Am I clear? Parasympathetic, which brings your heart rate, blood pressure normal from the elevated stage to normal. To normal, who will bring? Parasympathetic. Parasympathetic releases acetylcholine. Parasympathetic releases acetylcholine. So these nerves are cholinergic nerves. Parasympathetic are cholinergic. Sympathetic is adrenergic. Okay, so sometimes this rare question may come. Adrenergic means adrenaline is released. Adrenergic nerves or cholinergic nerves. Adrenergic nerves will be by sympathetic. Cholinergic nerves will be by parasympathetic. Are we clear with this? For our body also, same. For our body also, same. Are we clear? Yes. Sir, you just now told adrenal medulla also secretes adrenaline. Yes. Because who stimulates adrenal medulla? Sympathetic nervous system. Who stimulates adrenal medulla? Sympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system also releases adrenaline. It stimulates the adrenal medulla to release further adrenaline. That's why your heart rate, blood pressure, everything increases. Alertness increases. Breathing rate increases. Are we clear? Acha. Excitation gone. Now to bring it down, who will act? Parasympathetic. Are we clear, everyone? Are yes or no? Now let us talk about the brain. Brain. Okay. So already we discussed this point. There are 10 pair of cranial nerves arising from brain, 10 pair of spinal nerves arising from spinal cord, 10 pair of cranial nerves coming from brain, 10 pair of spinal nerves coming from spinal cord. The brain is enclosed in a bony structure called as brain box cranium. Skull cap. The whole thing is skull. This part is called as skull cap. Skull cap is cranium, brain box that protects the brain. Can you tell me beneath the cranium what is there? Beneath the cranium what is there? Is there directly brain or some membrane covering the brain is there? Cranium is there. Beneath this cranium directly brain is in contact with the cranium, or there is some layer that covers the brain? Yes, correct, Sudeshna. There is meninges. Like we have dura mater, arachnoid matter, pia matter. So beneath the cranium, we have dura mater, arachnoid matter, pia matter. Frog has dura matter, pia matter, arachnoid matter, ledu. Arachnoid matter is absent. So what I'm going to tell you here is that we have the cranium. Okay. So we have the cranium. Frog also has the cranium. That is the brain box. Bony structure. Frog will not have scalp and hair like us. Frog is not mammal. Scalp and hair ledu. So cranium, above cranium there will be moist skin in frog. Above cranium there will be moist skin. Then below there will be first dura mater. What will be there? Dura mater. First meningeal layer. First meningeal layer, that will be dura mater. Meninx, singular is called as meninx. Outer meninx. Outer meninx. And after this, there will be a soft blood vascular meningeal layer. That will be called as the pia mater or pia mater, however you pronounce. That will be the inner meninx. So meninges, 2 layer of meninges. How many layer of meninges? 2 layer. Arachnoid matter ledu. Arachnoid matter is not there in the frog. Humans have 3 layered meninges. Dura, arachnoid, pia mater. Frog doesn't have it. Am I clear? And next, beneath this pia mater, what will be there? Yeah, now I can say the brain of the frog will be there here. Are we clear, everyone? Now there will be brain. Clear hai, everyone? Sir, why you are telling this? It is not given in NCERT. Some PYQ is there. And looking at the paper, see, in human brain chapter, they have mentioned below the cranium, there is meninges. Now, since we are comparing the frog with human, many times we are comparing the different parts with the human. Yeah, we are doing, and sometimes the question is asked based on comparison. So we need to know that arachnoid matter is missing, and since it is a PYQ, we have to know this point. Are we clear? Next. Now what we will speak? Now we will speak about the part of brain. The parts of brain. Brain scientific name is encephalon. Brain scientific name is what, guys? Brain scientific name is encephalon. En means inside. Cephalon means head. Inside head. Yeah, we all know there is brain. But that is a scientific name. That's how the Greek philosophers or some, they gave this name. En means inside. Cephalon means head. So brain scientific name is encephalon. Okay. Brain is divided in 3 parts. Come on. What are the 3 parts we will say? Forebrain, midbrain, and the hindbrain. Okay. Forebrain, midbrain, hindbrain. You can also remember the scientific name of the brain parts. What are the scientific name of forebrain? Forebrain scientific name we can write prosencephalon. Midbrain scientific name we can write mesencephalon. Hindbrain we can write rhombencephalon. Okay. Not needed, but you should know it. Next. What is the part in the forebrain? Forebrain consists of cerebrum. And cerebrum is made up of a paired cerebral hemisphere. What it is made up of? Paired cerebral hemisphere. Then there is olfactory lobes. That is also paired. That is also paired, yes. And then, and diencephalon. Diencephalon, which is nothing but thalamus. Diencephalon, which is nothing but thalamus. This is also paired olfactory lobes with the tract, and this structure is unpaired. This structure is unpaired. Remember this, very, very important, unpaired structure. So three parts of the forebrain is there. Cerebrum made up of paired cerebral hemispheres, olfactory lobes which is paired, diencephalon made up of thalamus, called as thalamus, and that is unpaired. Let us see the structure on the diagram of the frog. Okay? So let us see the diagram of the frog brain. So here is the diagram of the frog brain. Okay, are you able to see it, everyone? Yes? So you can see first olfactory lobes. What you can see? Olfactory lobes. Look here. These are the olfactory lobes and these are the olfactory tracts. Olfactory lobes, you can see them here, and they are paired structure. There are how many structure? They are paired structure. My God, it's not visible only. Okay, it is a paired structure. Use red only. Are we getting this, guys? Then what do we see? Then we see this one. What is this? Paired cerebral hemispheres. What are these two? Paired cerebral hemisphere. That is making what? This paired cerebral hemisphere makes nothing but cerebrum. What it makes? Cerebrum. And below this cerebrum, what will be there? Below the cerebrum, there will be diencephalon. And diencephalon is nothing but your thalamus. Diencephalon is nothing but the thalamus. Here there will be thalamus. Okay, do you see this? This is the thalamus, and in front of thalamus there is a small chinna gland that is called as the pineal gland or the pineal body. That makes which part? That makes the forebrain part. Are we clear? Okay. Naidu is asking a question. Sir, in the frog cerebral hemisphere, what it is connected by? See, their cerebral hemispheres are very small. So some nerve bands are holding them together. They don't have the corpus callosum if you're thinking like humans. Human cerebral hemispheres are very big. They have a huge transverse band connecting the two cerebral hemispheres that is called as the corpus callosum. So here there are some nerve structures which are holding them together, nerve bands, but not like corpus callosum, which is seen in mammals. So they don't have the corpus callosum, you can mention that, but there are nerve band fibers which are holding them together. Are we clear, everyone? Now, after this, what is there next? Optic lobes. How many optic lobe do you see? Look at the optic lobes and how many do you see? How many optic lobes are there? Two are there. Okay. Two gulab jamun like structures here you can see. Are yes or no? Yes. Two optic lobes are there. Optic lobes are also called as corpora bigemina. What they are called as? Corpora bigemina. Please write down this. Optic lobe can be also called as corpora bigemina. If you recall little bit, we also have midbrain, but our midbrain is having how many lobes? Our midbrain has 4 lobes. Upper 2 optic lobes, lower 2 auditory lobes, total 4 lobes. Our lobe is 4 in number like this. In our midbrain, it is called as corpora quadrigemina. What it was called as? Corpora quadrigemina. But that is in mammals, humans. Am I clear? They have how many only? 2. We have more developed na yaar. Upper 2 lobes are optic lobes, lower 2 lobes are auditory lobes. Optic lobes are required for visual input. Movement of head with respect to vision. Movement of head with respect to sound is lower to auditory lobes. Am I clear? Frog only has the optic lobes, so they help in the visual input. It is related with the vision function. Vision will be done by eyes, okay? But whatever the body moves with respect to vision, that will be the optic lobe function. Are we clear with this? Only this part you remember in the midbrain? Yes? So when I look into our classification, midbrain you will just write optic lobes. They are 2 in number, they are paired, and it will be called as corpora bigemina. Corpora bigemina. Okay, related to vision function. ठीक है? Next, hindbrain. Hindbrain consists of how many parts? Hindbrain consists of cerebellum. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum, and second part will be medulla oblongata. What is the second part? Medulla oblongata. 2 parts. Cerebellum for coordination of skeletal muscle. Okay, let's say you are sitting right now and watching the class. Suddenly you felt, okay, AC is too cold. I want to increase the temperature. You took it. You are feeling thirsty at the same time. You drank the water. Okay, suddenly you felt, okay, I want to go to the washroom. So you got up and walk. So whenever you are using your skeletal muscle, who gives the command to move the skeletal muscles? Cerebrum, motor nerves. They give the command. But when you are walking, when you are standing, when you are sitting, the posture, the body balance, समझ में आ रहा है? Body balance, posture, coordination between skeletal muscle, that will be done by cerebellum. The coordination of skeletal muscle will be done by cerebellum. The command to move the skeletal muscle will be given by cerebrum. Are we clear with this? Like, for example, have you seen an alcoholic walking? A drunk person walking? Can a drunk person walk in a straight line? Do you think? And drunk person's speech also is slurred speech. Okay? Too much intoxicated person, their speech will become slurred, their walking will become irregular. Why? Because cerebrum is giving the command. Cerebrum is giving the command to move the body skeletal muscles, but the cerebellum is affected by the alcohol. It is not able to coordinate the skeletal muscle. That's why the drunk person, they get imbalance in their body because cerebellum is affected. So frog also jumping, leaping, swimming, they need to maintain the body balance and everything. Cerebellum will help in. Next is medulla oblongata. If you remember medulla oblongata extension will be spinal cord. So when you see the diagram here, when you look in the diagram which I am showing you in this structure, below the optic lobes, you see the medulla oblongata. Below optic lobe, you can see a small part which is cut down. A small part which is cut is cerebellum. Cerebellum and medulla oblongata, they are the part of hindbrain. Medulla oblongata is extending as spinal cord. Medulla oblongata is extending as a spinal cord. Are yes or no? And what is the medulla oblongata function? You remember medulla oblongata? Respiratory center, digestive center, gastric secretion center, then cardiac center. So cardiac center, respiratory center, and digestive center, some voluntary, some important vital reflexes and non-vital reflexes like sneezing, coughing, okay, your heartbeat regulation and your breathing control. The respiratory rhythm center, that is also situated in the frog's medulla. So medulla is important for breathing center, cardiac center, that is heart functioning regulation, cardiovascular regulation, and gastric secretion for the digestion. So that is the function of your medulla oblongata. Are we clear, everyone? Now, tell me, medulla oblongata extension is called a spinal cord. But there should be some opening in the skull, na? There should be some opening in the skull. What is the opening in the skull called as? The opening in the skull is called as foramen magnum, through which the medulla oblongata will extend out as spinal cord. It will extend out as spinal cord. So what we are saying, what is the NCERT saying here? What is the NCERT saying? NCERT saying that midbrain is characterized by a pair of optic lobes. Come on. Midbrain we already said, characterized by a pair of optic lobes. We said corpora bigemina. Hindbrain consists of cerebellum and medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata passes out through the foramen magnum. Foramen magnum is the opening in the lower base of the skull. Yes, in the occipital area, a big hole. Do we have foramen magnum also? Do we humans also have foramen magnum? Answer is yes. We also have foramen magnum. In our skull also, behind there is a big opening inside in the occipital area. The foramen magnum is there. Foramen means opening, magnum is ice cream, right? Magnum is a big opening. Magnum in biological terms is a big opening. Am I clear? A large thing. And foramen is opening. Foramen is opening, magnum is large. So foramen magnum, a big opening through which medulla oblongata extend as the spinal cord, and spinal cord again goes into the vertebral column. Your spinal cord again is going into the vertebral column, and it is being protected by your vertebral column. Are we clear with this? Are yes or no? Are we clear with the brain? Now let us talk about the last part. What is the last part? The last part is sense organs. Frog also has a sense organs. 5 type of senses are there: sense of smell, sense of touch, sense of taste, sense of vision, sense of hearing. Plus, frog skin is little special. It can sense the heat, moisture, humidity, temperature. It can sense that also. Your skin also can sense the heat, temperature, moisture, humidity. Yes. So for frog also it is very important. So frog has total 5 sense organs, and out of this 5 sense organs, organ of vision, that is eyes. Eyes are simple eyes. Eyes are simple eyes. So there is a compound eye also. Compound eye we studied in cockroach, but not required now. Compound eye, chinna units, omatidia. The image is blurred, mosaic vision, not that much clarity is there. But here in the frog eyes, clarity is there, good clear vision is there. Organ of hearing, tympanum with internal ears. So these 2 sense organs, eyes and ears, they are well developed and organized. What are these structures? These structures are well developed and organized. These structures are well developed and organized. Remaining structures, we say they are cellular aggregations. Remaining structure: organ of touch, sensory papillae; organ of taste, taste buds; organ of smell, nasal epithelium. Along with this, the touch sensory papillae will be having other nerve endings also, which can detect the temperature, moisture, like that, humidity. They can detect that also. Now these 3 are cellular aggregations. What are these 3? They are cellular aggregations. With the nerve endings. With what endings? Nerve endings. So let us see that what it is. Let us see that quick structure. So let us take some cells. So let's say these are columnar cells. Can I say this is aggregation of cells? Can I say this is aggregation of cells? Yes or no? Yes, we can say this is aggregation of cell. It might be present on the skin. It will become sensory papillae. It might be present in the nasal cavity or nasal cavity, nostrils. It will become nasal epithelium. If it is on the tongue, it will become the taste buds. So aggregation of epithelial cell is there. But to make it responsive to stimulus, I am applying any stimulus on this. Stimulus might be touch, taste of food, yes or no? Or any food is there? Or yes or no? Or temperature is there? Or some chemical is there to detect the smell. To make it responsive to the stimulus, I need to provide nerve endings. What I need to provide with this? With nerve endings. So basically all these epithelial cells will be supplied by what? Will be supplied by nerve endings. Basically these are dendrites. There will be dendrites present here. Dendrites can receive the stimulus and then they will collect and become a single nerve, and this nerve is going to relay the information to CNS. It is going to relay the information to CNS. So do you think this is an organ here? Is there any organ structure? No. There is some epithelial cell collection, aggregation of cells with nerve endings. Okay, if it is present on the skin, it will become sensory papillae, touch reception, touch function. Okay, if it is present in the nasal epithelium, it is connected to olfactory lobes, olfactory nerves, smell function, olfactory sensation, olfaction, sense of smell. And if it is present on the mouth, tongue, yes, then it will become as a taste bud. Then it will give signal to the different part of the brain to detect the sense of taste, gustation, gustatory receptors. So this is your aggregation of cells with the nerve endings. Am I clear, everyone? So that's why we say there is a lot of difference. Read the NCERT lines. NCERT lines, come on. Let us read this. Out of this, eyes and internal ears are well organized structures. The rest are cellular aggregation around the nerve endings. Cellular aggregation around the nerve endings. So basically, you know, I showed you a modified epithelial tissue. What I showed you right now is modified epithelial tissue. So sensory organs are having modified epithelial tissue, and it is called as sensory epithelium. What it is called? Sensory epithelium. It is very easy. Any epithelial tissue, you give nerve supply, it becomes a sensory epithelium. Now, depending upon its function, okay, it might be a sensory epithelium for taste, smell, or touch. ठीक है? Eyes in the frog are a pair of spherical structure. Where is the eye situated? Eye is situated in the skull. In skull there is a big hole in which the eyes are fit. That is the orbit. Okay? That cavity in the skull where the eyes are there, it is called as the orbit. And eyes are here of simple type of eyes. Compound eye ledu, simple eye. Some rods are there. So frogs will have night vision also. Some cones are there, like you have rods and cones in your eyes. They also in the retina have the rods and cones for the night vision and the color vision. Are we clear? Then one problem with frog is that frog is having a far-sighted vision. Frog cannot see the near things clearly. Okay? But frog has a very good distant vision, and that is good also. See, frog is a prey basically. So it has to quickly spot the predator. And predator might be coming from far away. So from distantly, it can see the object clearly. Okay? But nearsightedness is very poor. Near sightings is very less. So nearby distance, it cannot see clearly. Far-sightedness, it can see clearly. Another thing. Frog, we said, it is having bulging eyes. Frog is having bulging eyes. So basically, normally it can have 100-degree vision. But eyes are bulging out. It can look behind also. You cannot look behind you. So frog has a binocular vision, which is providing it 100-degree vision to 360-degree vision. Am I clear? You can write down this point, that frog has binocular vision, which is providing 100 degrees to 360-degree view. 100-degree to 360-degree views. Am I clear, everyone? Yeah, hypermetropia. Yes, Naidu. Correct. Farsightedness. Okay? Are we clear? External ear is absent. See, frog ear is tympanum. Frog ear is represented by the tympanum. Tympanum is connected to ear ossicles, middle ear inside. And the internal ear is connected to semicircular canals. Semicircular canal in the frog will help in balance of the body. Plus they have a basilar membrane, okay, that helps in detection of the sound, okay. Cochlea like structure, not exactly cochlea. Our cochlea is very well developed in the internal ear. That is a proper, very well developed hearing structure. Frog has a little lower version of it, but it is able to hear the sound. So tympanum is connected to ear ossicle. That ear ossicle is giving that vibration sound waves to the basilar membrane. That is connected to auditory nerve of the brain, and that is going to perceive the sound. Plus semicircular canal is also there. Semicircular canal is responsible for the balance of the body. So our ear also has two functions: balance, posture, maintain the equilibrium, balance of the body, and second, hearing also. So frog ear has two functions. It is a statoacoustic organ. What it is? It is a statoacoustic organ. Stato means body is balance. Stato means body balance, and acoustic means hearing. Acoustic means what, guys? Acoustic means hearing. Are we clear? And what is absent here? External ear. In fact, very interesting thing is that you can differentiate the male frog and female frog from their size of tympanum by comparing it to the eye size. One more sexual dimorphism point I am telling you. You can identify male from female frog by looking at the eye size and tympanum. Normally in male frogs, their tympanum is larger as compared to their eyes. Look at this frog. Tympanum is larger or eyes is larger? Tympanum is larger. Larger tympanum with respect to eyes means it is a male frog. So in female frog, tympanum size and eye size is almost the same. Am I clear? Tympanum size and eye size of the female frog is almost the same. So whose tympanum is larger? Male tympanum is larger, but we have to compare with the eye. If compared to the eye, the tympanum is larger, then it is a male frog. With respect to female frog, the eyes and the tympanum are of similar sizes. Are we clear? That is a very extra point, and that is a very difficult point, but to see that. But in the eye and tympanum size, you can compare. So that completes what, guys? That completes our nervous system and the sense organs also. So that's it for the today's class. That is enough for your syllabus, I think. Okay, in the next class, we will complete the reproductive system also. So tata, bye-bye. That's all. All the best for your tomorrow's exam. Do well. Read the NCERT properly. Solve the gym booklets. Or if you don't have the gym booklet, solve any reference book you have. Do the NCERT exemplar questions also. Okay. Sir, from when the third track actually starts, I don't have right now the idea, but it will be shared to you. That I know third track will be there, but it will be shared soon with you all. I also don't have the idea right now. So it will be shared in well advance. Don't worry. Okay? Bye-bye. Take care.